Welcome to the B-Hyve with your host Lady B from NYC. Welcome to the B-Hyve with your host Lady B from NYC.
Hey everybody, Lady B from NYC here, and I have quite a show for you guys tonight because I have some very, very special guests that are going to be coming on here with us, and they're actually part of a band called When the Sun Sets. That's right. And I found them on Instagram, and I have to tell you, I absolutely adore these guys. They're absolutely amazing. And they are of a pop punk type of genre, but they do collaborations with many different other artists. So they actually have been featuring a new tune that they have recently done with another band called Definitely Maybe. And we are going to be debuting that here on Live at the Hive. Okay. So we are expecting Zach. He is the lead singer of the band, as well as, hold on, I have it on here, Zach, Rob, and Ryan. So we look forward very much to speaking with them. Now, one of the things that I do want to reiterate is that I will be starting a segment called Lady B's Lucky 13, where I would be featuring bands from Instagram, from YouTube, TikTok, of the independent scene. And again, I don't genre discriminate. If it's good music, I'm going to play it. So it's pretty much random picks, and there's going to be 13 of them. Now there's going to be, solo artists, bands, duets, if it's a power trio, which is amazing. Um, Anything from hip hop, R&B, country, rock, you know, all of that stuff, all that good stuff. And it's basically to help shine a light on those who really I feel need to be heard, as well as I know everyone else probably feels the same way. Um, these guys, they're from Chicago, Illinois, and they have quite possibly, I think, the cutest little logo, the cutest little mascot. It's a sprinkled donut. Have to love it. I absolutely, it's so cute. It's beyond cute. And I actually want to see about getting, they have a plushie of this thing. So I definitely want to see about getting myself one of those. Um, but yeah, they have quite a few songs out that I really fell in love with. Home Run is one of my favorites. Villains, Serotonin Sunrise. Um, there's another one, uh, Seasons, and their other song called Honest. I absolutely love it, and I'm hoping that they come to New York soon. I really do. They have a few shows that are going to be happening relatively soon, and we will get into that once they get on here. Um, but yeah, I want to see about maybe playing for you one of their songs because, again, they're they're just top notch. They really are. So, what we are going to do right now is I am going to go into my library that I have here, and I am going to find their song here. So, for your listening pleasure, This right here for you guys is Undertow by When the Sun Sets, featuring Definitely Maybe.
I've been trying to fix myself, the damage dealt, but my walls are caving in. Can't get a grip on my mental health. This toxic hell that will never let me win. Cause baby, I'm a lost cause, said I'm long gone. Never picking up the pace, where you got me speaking in tongues, always undone. Nobody's listening. Is it even worth it? Can't reach the surface, can't breathe. I'm losing purpose, but I've still got some fight in me. At least I made it out of bed today, but I'm stuck inside this mess I made. Will I ever be okay? We'll never know if it's worth the pain, the highs and lows. Slowly sinking deeper, growing weaker. Just caught up in the undertow. Just caught up in the undertow. Been trying to numb the pain and fade away, but there's nothing strong enough. All the shame, the words you won't say, they dance around your tongue. Like I'm a lost cause, that I'm long gone. That's what you thought. Here we go and go again. I try to run it and run it away, but I'm just running and running in place. Is anything worth it? Can't reach the surface, can't breathe. At least I made it out of bed today, but I'm stuck inside this mess I've made. Will I ever be okay? We'll never know if it's worth the pain, the highs and lows. Slowly sinking deeper, growing weaker. Just caught up in the undertow. Stranded out at sea, the perfect storm is weathering. Nobody's saving me, I have to save myself. At least I made it out of bed today, but I'm stuck inside this mess I made. Will I ever be okay? We'll never know if it's worth the pain, the highs and lows. Slowly sinking deeper, growing weaker. Just caught up in the undertow. Just caught up in the
And that for you right there was Undertow by When the Sun Sets. Absolutely amazing song. Amazing song indeed. And I am going to hold on one moment. I just need to have my ambiance. So I don't know if you guys will be able to hear that, but I don't trust this thing because it's a new thing I'm using. By the way, I'm recording on Riverside FM. So thank you. Absolutely love this thing. And I can't wait to get these guys on here. I'm just letting them know that we are all set. So, pretty much, okay, so one of the things that I want to bring up that I'm going to be doing with this broadcast live at the Hive is I not only want to touch on independent music. Um, I used to do web radio eons ago at LaGuardia Community College, and one of the things that I would talk about with my co-hosts was not just rock music as a whole, with the independents as well as the mainstream, but also we delved into professional wrestling like WWE and TNA and all this other stuff, and also the independent circuit there as well. We used to do a lot of promoting for East Coast Professional Wrestling, ECPW. Some of those guys actually from that Fed were extras in the movie The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke. Andrew Anderson. Oh my goodness! Hold on a moment. We have someone coming in. Ah, Zach!
Hey, how are ya? Do you want me to
Good,
join a little bit
good.
later?
No, you can. I already welcomed you in. Please
Awesome.
stay,
Good. Thanks
ladies.
for having us.
Of course, ladies and gentlemen. Zach from When the Sun Sets. Oh my goodness, it is such an honor to have you guys in here.
Oh, thank you for having me. I think I have one other with me, right?
Okay, hold on a moment. We're trying to get another person in here. Uh, hold on. I think whoever you have actually the link, if you send it to them individually, I'm pretty sure they would be able to come on that way.
Yep. Yeah, I sent it to him. Let
Separately.
me confirm.
Okay.
We can just have him join
Hold
too.
on.
That's fine if you want to start.
Yeah, no, of course. Let's see here. Who I'm trying to see if there's anyone else that's getting on here. I'm sure that when another person comes, there we
Oh, we
go,
got one.
there we go, another one,
My surprise one too. I didn't think we'd have him.
Rafi.
I told you I'd be here.
Oh
Be here.
my goodness. We have Robbie and Zach from When the Sun Sets. This is incredible. Absolutely awesome. So how have things been going? I actually just I presented Undertow before you guys came on. I had to play it. Absolutely
Oh, well, thank you.
absolutely
Thank you.
absolutely an amazing song. I fell in love with you guys on Instagram and I have not looked back since. So,
Oh, I appreciate that so much.
of course, of course. So, what have you guys been up to?
Just a lot of shows we're booking out for next year.
Nice.
We just announced we're going to Texas. That'll be probably our longest consecutive tour with this lineup. We're
Wow.
excited to announce a bunch more next year. We have a record coming out next year. Looks like Rage is
Nice.
here too.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, nah, sorry about that.
Yeah, so we have a
Rage.
record coming out next year. And so we're just in the studio right now through the first quarter, just
Very
finishing that
cool.
up.
Very
Yeah.
cool. Hold on. Where is he? Actual recording is okay. So it's still loading up in there. I can't see. Oh, there he is. Rage, Ravi, and Zach from When the Sun Sets. We got a full house tonight. This is absolutely awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for having us. We really appreciate it.
Of course, of course. Are you kidding? I mean, this is me resurrecting what I used to do because I had a web radio show for a very long time, and then life happened as it always does. And so I had to put things on hold. I was on a very long hiatus, but now I've gotten myself back into the swing of things, and pretty much my thing was just shining light on bands like yours, where you're pretty much doing everything yourselves, and that takes a lot of patience and a lot of strong will, because I know there's so many individuals out there that could probably say that they would be able to do it, but then when they really get into it, they fold.
Yeah, very much so. I
100%.
absolutely agree with that.
So, the fact that you guys have been doing what you've been doing for very long, I've done my homework with you guys, with all your songs, and I have to tell you, I absolutely love what you guys do. You guys definitely play my kind of music. It sounds very nostalgic to me. I don't know if that makes sense.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
Oh,
100%.
absolutely.
Yeah, as far as like the older stuff, like before like Memory and Complicated and Seasons and all that, just came off of like State Champs and Real Friends and Knuckle Puck and bands that I grew up on. And so like after that, when we brought Robbie into the fold, we brought a little bit like more nostalgia with like some of the bands that he was pulling from. I don't know if you want to dive into some of that.
Yeah.
Rob.
Like I love Drive Through Records. Like that was my thing. That and old Fueled by Ramen. Those were like my stuff that I really got into, those bands. So like old Paramore and like Midtown and Newfound Glory and Gym Class Heroes and all that stuff was like stuff that really spoke to me. And I don't get me wrong, I love like State Champs and Real Friends and Knuckle Puck, and I just think it's awesome that we can kind of blend those like different eras of the genre and make it into kind of our own thing.
Yeah, no, that I think is it's a very smart thing to do. Because one of the things, especially with being an independent band, I know that one of the biggest struggles is trying to not all sound the same.
Yeah.
And to
100%. Yeah.
and to just develop your own sound, your own signature, so that way when people hear it, it's like, oh, I know them.
Yeah.
So it definitely is a challenge that I know a lot of bands tend to struggle with, especially if it's like you want to incorporate your influences.
Yeah.
So it's like you want to incorporate, but you don't want to copy. Incorporate,
Yeah,
not
exactly,
replicate.
exactly.
Incorporate, not
Creative
replicate.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
want to have your own little groove into it. And I feel like we've gotten it, like, as it progresses more and more with each song we kind of write together, it gets more and more as like, oh, hey, it's when the sun sets. Like, I feel like that's just kind of the best way to put it. It's just the more we get together, the more we spend time, the more we write and get to spend time around each other. I feel like it just kind of naturally flows with us like that.
Definitely. Now, who came up with the name?
I did. So my friend, I did. So my friend and I originally it was just like the Zach Baumgartner band. I was like 17 years old when I started this. So I was just like sitting in a like room with my friend, and I was like, hey, I kind of want to make this into a band. It means we're gonna need a name. So we went on Facebook, and I was creating a page, and I was like, let's like look up some band names first. Like we thought of As the Sun Sets, and we looked it up, and it was already like a punk band from like the
Okay.
90s. And so we were like,
Okay.
my buddy had recommended, oh, well, like, what about When the Sun Sets? And I was like, all right, cool. So, like, it took us a few years to, like, kind of find, like, what the meaning really meant to us and, like, our mission and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, like, it's super powerful to us now because, like, When the Sun Sets is, like being, like, nighttime is, like, a time that, like, hits a lot of us with our thoughts and our deep emotions and our inner feels.
Yeah.
And so, like, I think what we talk about and what we push, it kind of falls perfectly under the name. So I don't know if that was just like by chance that kind of happened, because that's always been our mission, and it just started with just a band name. So
Well, it's definitely something that you don't forget, especially with and I think you really hit the nail on the head that I think we don't even realize it, that when it's coming close to the end of the day, it's like we're sitting down, and then all of a sudden, for some reason, it's almost like automatic thoughts of the day, start coming in, you start contemplating things, and you start questioning things, and it's like, why am I thinking of this now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
Like you come up in the morning and it's like, "Ah, I'm good." You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
it is something. It does impact you a lot when the sun does set.
yeah. It's like
Sitting there, man,
100%.
dark out.
Yeah, like, oh, I need to be up for work in the morning. Why am I thinking about this right now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go to sleep.
exactly. So, one other thing I've always wanted to know, who came up with your little mascot, that cute little donut?
Oh, younger.
That was a collaboration, I feel like. Um,
I mean, technically the credit goes to an artist on Instagram named Ryan Hatfield. You can find him at
Okay.
Ryan Hatfield Media. But he had a logo that was essentially it looked like Dunker. It fit perfectly in a profile picture, but it was a globe.
Oh,
And
okay.
so I had been following his work for a while, and I was like, hey man, like, would you be able to make us, like a donut for that? Pop punk and like pizza has always been something that has gone together. And we were like,
Hmm.
well, like what's something else that we could probably like eat all the time on the road? And we're like, well, like maybe donuts. That would probably work. And so it just like happened that he was getting rid of his logo. He was phasing it out for a new one. And he was like,
Okay.
you know what? Yeah, like let's turn this into a donut. I'm excited to see it. And so we like went the full 9 yards, and we got little plushies now, and we brought him to
I
life.
know.
So it's really cool.
I know. I want one. I want one so bad.
Yes.
It's so cute because it's like I actually see myself having one of those things, that it's like, how can you not have one of those? It's so cute. It's so
Yeah.
Yes.
adorable. Like, do you have like anything else with that little thing on it, like pins or stickers or anything like that?
Yeah, we've got stickers
Excellent.
right now. Yeah, we're
Ex-
trying to do like more shirts and hats and stuff like that with them in the future.
Excellent.
We used to have a long sleeve with him on it that looked like a bite was taken out of him, and all down the sleeves were sprinkles. It was really cool. I really liked that shirt too. That was a fun one.
I would have worn that. I
Yeah.
would have.
Yeah, that one's
I would rock. I would rock that like no
Yeah,
one's business. I don't
We'll
care.
have to bring some Dunker merch when we come to New York next year.
absolutely.
Yes, you're coming to New York. Yes, you have to let me know
It's in the
where.
plans. It's in the plans for sure.
You have to let me know where and when, so that way I know when I have to like duck out of work.
Yeah, we
Cause,
totally will. As soon as we get that info, it'll be straight to you.
cause I
Yeah.
mean, there's actually quite. I don't know if you've looked at venues yet for over here, but
Yeah.
um, the places that I know I've gone to, that have really like they tend to have crowds like no one's business. The Bowery Electric is one,
Bowery Slam.
and it's actually that place. I don't know, Robbie. Have you been there?
Yeah, I've been there. I've been to the Knitting Factory. I've been to a couple
Hmm.
other spots. I've toured with a bunch of bands I've gone through New York.
Arli-
There's actually an awesome like after school spot in the Bronx that they just like. It's kind of like a keep kids off the street, but that's where they would go, and they would do shows every Friday, Saturday night, and the thing was always
yeah.
insane. It was great for shows. So
There's also, I believe Arlene's Grocery is another one. They actually, God bless them, during the pandemic, what they actually did was they would have bands perform there, and they would do live streams
it's
Oh
awesome.
wow.
Okay.
because they were like, we need to keep the doors
Yeah,
open. We need to
Oh,
keep, being active in
yeah,
that
Yeah.
sense. Um, of course, though, they had a thing where it's like, you had to pay a fee in order to be able to attend the live stream, but that's, what it
Yeah, but
whatever you
that's how
have to
they make it
do,
work. Yeah.
whatever
yeah.
you gotta
100%.
do, whatever you gotta do. There's also a place called Pianos, which is also
I
very
don't think.
good.
Yeah,
That's also a really good spot. Um, the Sultan Room over in Brooklyn as well. 408 actually played there last year. I attended my first 408 show over there,
Oh,
and
awesome.
and the place was packed.
Okay.
Packed. Like if you look up on YouTube 408 at the Sultan Room, like there was a couple of times where little like pits were happening, and so it's like I'm right by the stage, so I'm like, please don't crush me. But
Oh,
it's a very good spot. It's definitely a very good spot, and the energy that us New Yorkers tend to have at shows is insane.
yes.
Robbie
We
can
can't
attest
wait.
to that.
We can't wait.
Robbie can attest to
Yeah.
that.
My first time ever playing in one of my bands in New York City, we played that like after school spot, and we literally got asked to play. It was with I Am the Avalanche, if you remember them. Vinny from the movie Life. He was the new
Uh,
band that he made.
I'll have to look them up again. The name sounds familiar. I'm better with faces than with names, to be honest with
Gotcha.
you.
Yeah, it was a stick show because they had a song that was "I Took a Beating." That was the name of the song,
Wow.
and it had been out for maybe about 6 months, and it was huge. But we played a floor show in New York with them, and literally the entire it was like 250 kids, and it was a giant circle pit through the entire room. I was like, "This is incredible! This is the best thing ever! Why can't we have this all the time?" So
Zach,
it was
you
awesome.
ready for that? You
Yeah,
ready?
I'm excited. Excited.
So,
Yeah, I mean, we threw like one of our very first shows was a basement show, so I'm pumped. We packed it.
nice, nice.
We're not.
Uh, when it comes down to collaborations, because I noticed that there are quite a few songs of yours where you collab with other artists. Seasons, I have to tell you, is one of my absolute favorites. I tend to have on repeat. And like, is there any other like uh cross genre collab that you guys would want to do?
Yeah, 100%. I think there's been a lot of talk in the camp about doing some country collab. Um, but I don't think anything's out of the question, to be honest with you. As far as like the collabs that we've done so far, we have a bunch of really cool friends that we've met in the scene, and they've all blessed us with the opportunity to put them on our music and display their talents. So, yeah, we're super happy about the collabs we've had so far, and we're pumped to do some more.
Honestly, I don't know if you guys have thought the same thing, but for some reason I would absolutely be thrilled if you guys did a collab with this guy Echo.
I've
He,
been saying that.
Yes.
I've been wanting to work with him. I've been fucking pushing it. So I love that you said that.
I don't know, it's just his whole thing. He's just amazing because yeah, he raps, but at the same
Yeah.
time, I could like I would have given anything if because we lost Chester. We lost Chester. How awesome would it have been if they would have done a collab with
Yeah.
Echo when Chester was here?
Yeah.
Like,
I've been talking to the guys about wanting to do, even if it's not even recorded, but just play it live, is Hello Loneliness by Echo and Low Spirit together. I've been talking about us doing like a version of it. So it's something we've talked about. We haven't pulled the trigger on it yet, but I love Echo. I would love to work with him. There's also another dude from the UK called Ren. That's our hip hop artist. That's awesome as well. That I would love to do stuff with. But just trying to figure
a
it out.
lot, a lot of amazing things have been coming out of the UK. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know that you guys are definitely like really on Instagram a lot. Pete and Boss, what are your thoughts?
Okay.
What are your thoughts on him, on them?
I haven't listened to enough yet to really place a certain spot yet on what to do with that yet. I like what I'm hearing so far, but I'm trying to figure out more of like exactly because I don't like, I'm not just like, oh, hey, I'm listening to one or two songs. No, I need to go deep dive into the catalog to really understand the artist. Be like, hey, does
Yeah.
somebody I think it's cool or not? So I need to spend more time
Yeah.
with them for sure.
Now, when it comes to like okay, so I know a lot of bands, they tend to have things where it's like, you know, an acoustic album. Have you
Mhm.
guys ever considered doing something like that, or have you already done something like that?
Yeah, we've considered doing that 100%. We've considered like dropping a deluxe after this. We're kind of trying to figure out where we're going to go from this LP that we'll be releasing. But it's definitely been something that we've had in talks for a while now. Is doing like some reimagined versions. Um, I like started when I started the band. It was with an acoustic guitar. So like that's like roots for like most musicians anyway. Um, I think like that's just a good way to hit home with our songs again.
Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. Um, Now this is a part of the show where I would usually do this segment called "Would You Rather." And this is pretty much a way for us to get to know how your mind goes when it comes down to making certain decisions on the fly. Um,
Okay.
and I don't know. For me, there are no wrong answers because it's all in good fun. Um, okay, so I have them on
But
there.
there are wrong answers though.
There are definitely
Or
wrong answers.
No, to me, there are no wrong answers because
all right, okay, okay. I didn't know if there
this is
was a
pretty
hidden.
much no. This is pretty much a way for us to get to know you guys
I love that.
your preference and how you guys think about certain things.
Yeah, of
So
course, of course.
and you can answer this all either, you know, in unison, or you can each give your own individual answers because I know you guys, you know, you don't think the same on a lot of things, but this is just a little peek of what you guys think. Okay, so you are about to do a duet. Okay, would you rather do this collaboration with Alanis Morissette, Courtney Love, or Meredith Brooks?
I would say
I
Alanis
mean,
Morissette.
yeah, I was gonna
Oh,
go with Ralph. I already knew. I just saw his face perk up when he said that.
Well, I mean, Alanis was, well, not only that, but
Oh, I saw his eyes go wide.
I also love Taylor as a drummer, and you know, rest in peace to him. But I just thought he was like incredible. He brought such an energy to her, and she has such iconic songs from like the '90s and stuff like that. That I think
Mhm.
Alanis Morissette would be incredible. Plus, she's God in Dogma, so couldn't go wrong, right?
Absolutely. Zach, what about you?
Yeah, I would say Alanis Morissette too. Yeah.
Rage, same thing?
same thing, absolutely. Yeah.
That would be awesome. It actually would be awesome. Okay, so next one. You are stranded on a deserted island. Who would you rather have stuck with you? Tenacious D, Weird Al Yankovic, or Eminem?
I'm going Tenacious D, 100%.
Yeah, I would also go Tenacious D for sure.
I love
See,
Jack Black.
I would have said Tenacious D until you said Eminem because I want some of the mom's spaghetti. That's the only reason. He's got to make some mom's spaghetti while we're there. We'll figure it out.
Oh my god! Okay, so if you could do okay, now this is another thing also. If you could resurrect anyone back to do a collaboration with,
Whoa.
this is, I know it's going to be heartbreaking for me to bring this up because it is going to be torture, I will admit. Who are you bringing back? Chris Cornell, Chester Bennington, David Bowie,
Oh man.
or hold on, what was the other one? Shoot, who was that other one?
Discover perfect gifts for a governor's
Oh no,
island
that was it. Those were the three. Those were the three. I thought I had a fourth one.
Oh man.
I'd say Chester for myself.
Give the gifts that show you get
I go Chester as well, but that is tough.
That's
That was
yeah.
good. That was
That's a tough question because Chester, I think, was an incredible writer. He had such a goofy personality, and I think he would have been incredible. But I kind of am leaning towards David Bowie. Like he just had some really unique things, and plus I love the Labyrinth. So like I would have been like, let's pick your brain. Let's talk about this.
I
So-
know, right?
I think
There-
that's a tough one.
It's one of those that because I get asked that a lot by friends of mine. Like, if you could resurrect anyone back, and I'm like, why just one?
Yeah.
Why just one?
Loading.
Exactly. No, I actually remember. Oh my goodness, I remember Sebastian Bach actually came to Greenpoint, New York,
Okay.
for a book signing. And by the way, that his book 18 to Life is absolutely amazing.
Okay.
I actually asked him that question. I was like, who would you have a dream collaboration with? And he actually said, you know what? Sad about that question is that everyone that I could think of, they've died.
Oh wow.
He's like,
Yeah.
Prince, Whitney Houston, and that's like, he's like, everyone that I would want to do something with is gone.
Yeah.
Which brings the ultimate question: what is Ozzy and Keith Richards' secret to life everlasting?
Drugs. I mean,
I don't know.
With everything,
I'm not saying that's necessarily the right answer, but I mean, like, those guys did a lot of drugs and they somehow are still alive. So there's got to be something there that we don't know about.
I have a theory on that, actually. And I don't know if you'll agree with this, but I have a theory. You know how nowadays it's like kids are constantly getting sick and everything. Everything is just purified and filtered and everything. There's no immune system anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like them putting their body through all of that and then recovering from that.
Yeah.
It's almost like, you know what? I kicked this, I can survive anything.
Yeah, well, the way I kind of see it is a lot of us drink from the hose and, builds antibodies. That's the way I kind of look at it.
Thank you. The water fountain at the park.
Yeah, right? if the water's a little rust color, it's okay. It's just going to help you out later. Don't worry about it.
Okay. If you could, okay, now this is just a regular question, not this or that question, but if there was any song that you would want to cover, what would that song be? And this could be either as a band, or you can do like your individual answers as to what you would like to do.
I said Echo, Hello Loneliness. I would love to do a cover of that. I just think it's just a brilliantly written song, and it just hits in so many ways. So that would be mine personally.
Okay.
I would say probably a bar song, which is by Shabuzi. It's like one of the Billboard. It's like a Billboard song. You've probably heard it on Instagram before.
Okay. Rage, what about you?
Tough question. I mean, I'd go Tom Petty something. I mean, there's stuff that's the route I'd kind of take. So,
nice.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd do something Tom Petty related. That route. Maybe punk it up a little bit though.
Definitely, I can definitely see that happening. Something I came across actually on YouTube and on Instagram. It's actually interesting. Disney has actually had pop punk and rock artists doing covers of Disney
Yeah.
songs
Mhm.
for this whole CD. Magnolia Park actually did something from a Goofy movie.
Yep.
If there
I saw them
was
do it live at Riot Fest, and it was amazing.
that right there was like it, I couldn't believe that they were actually doing this.
Yeah.
If there was
Newfound Glory's
any,
on it too.
huh?
Newfound Glory did a track too. There's a lot of bands
Yes.
that did it. They're all good.
What would be your Disney movie that you would want to do a cover for?
It's funny you asked this because I literally talked about this like probably a decade ago, and I go, hey, you know what'd be amazing? It was when the whole punk goes pop and punk goes crunk and all that stuff that was going on. I
Hmm.
said that they should do a punk goes Disney, and somebody was like, it's never gonna sell, never gonna sell, and now they're doing it.
Now it is.
Right? But I always wanted to do a whole new world. I felt like that was a sick track from Aladdin.
Oh,
So,
that'd
I'd
be
have to go
awesome.
I have to go Tarzan soundtrack, and I
Yes.
think that's the greatest Disney soundtracks ever. But like you're in my heart or whatever. Like you'll be in my heart.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Honest. I'm
I-
not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I would give anything for you guys doing oh my goodness. Two worlds, one family.
okay.
That if
Oh,
yeah.
anything, that if
All right.
anything, actually no, that one or Strangers Like Me.
Tarzan
I
goes-
was Zach. I'm telling you right now. I think you would kill at Strangers Like Me.
Oh yeah,
He
absolutely.
would. He would.
I'm gonna rock this out when we're done here. I'm just gonna rock it out.
He's gonna send us a demo by tonight, just so you know. He will send us a demo. Be like, let's do it.
No, I'm serious. I could so see you guys doing that because you know what? It is one of I think one of the most amazing soundtracks ever when it comes down to Disney. I mean, it's like Phil, you want to do one song? No, we're gonna do everything. Let's do everything.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, if you're gonna do a soundtrack, right? You better why not do it yourself?
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Have you guys ever considered now? A lot of individuals they talk about voiceover acting. Would you guys, if someone were to approach you to do something like that, would you do it?
absolutely.
Absolutely. I wanted to do voice acting for like my whole life, so absolutely. Rage does a lot of voices in the
I
van
do
too.
impressions,
So
some I don't do them, but no. I do like I'm like bad with accents, but I'm good with like quoting and sounding like movies and characters and stuff. But I would absolutely do that. I don't know if I could. I try to be hard to make up my own voice though. To
Yeah,
come
no,
up with something
it's
that's already created. But I would absolutely do that. Yes.
because it's one thing. It's one thing to do impressions. Like I found it interesting that Mark Hamill initially didn't even want to audition for Joker. He was trying to go for Mr. Freeze. And
Yep.
so when they told him, oh, we have someone for Freeze already, why don't you try for this? He just gave it, he just did it, and now it's like one of those voices that we cannot, we can't picture anyone else doing Joker. It's like,
yeah,
I mean, to the point where he's even had to do it in the video game. And
He's done,
Yeah.
he's pretty busy with that. I never noticed it either. Till
well, he does a lot of them.
so.
yeah, no, he
I don't
does. He
think
does
people
other.
realize that he might-
A lot. Like he's got a whole, catalog.
Yeah.
Of
very
voices.
much.
Now, if you guys were approached to do a movie,
Okay.
what kind of a movie would you want to do? A comedy, a rom-com, or a thriller, or an action? Action? I don't.
Are you talking about acting in it, or voice acting, or music? Which
All three, if anything.
Okay. Okay. I kind of want to do like an American Pie teen comedy drama type of thing. I think we would do real well
Yeah,
with that.
I think the
um,
world, yeah, I think the world is overdue for a sequel or a reboot of Empire Records.
Absolutely. Oh my god. I would love to do something like that. That would be
Zach, I could
incredible.
so pick if they were to ever do a reboot of that movie. I don't know why, but I see Zach and I automatically think Mark from
there we go.
I can see
your
it.
sweetheart,
Yeah.
sweetheart with the band. I'm gonna
Yep.
start a
Yep.
band now. That's the other thing. Also, like if you were to, I was in the conversation with actually a coworker recently because he saw Empire Records for the first time
Okay.
2 weeks ago.
Wow.
And I was like, how did you not know about this? We're the same age and you have never seen Empire Records before. And he's like, it wasn't my kind of thing. and
Yeah.
and he was like, how in the world did I miss this? And I was like, it's very underrated. But
Yeah.
he was like, would you be mad if they did a reboot of it? And I was like, well, who would they have in it?
Yeah.
My thing is that if they were to have anybody in there, like I think it would be cool to get people from independent bands to play certain parts in that movie.
That'd be
Yeah,
cool.
100%.
And then
That'd be
it's
sick.
like, but whoever is like and draw straws as to whoever plays Burko is the one whose band is gonna play on the scene, on the thing
It would be
outside.
amazing. Absolutely. Like, oh,
Let's start a
it's not
petition.
great scene.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. I'm in.
Start a petition. Let's start a petition to get a reboot of Empire Records done with independent bands.
Yeah. We'll sign it.
Yeah.
Now, my only question is who would play Rex Manning?
That's what I was like. I was like, who's gonna play Rex Manning? And like, we gotta talk about Rex Manning Day all day for like it'd be interesting.
You know what's funny is that honestly, I think if he was still alive, why do I think George Michael would have made a wonderful Rex Manning?
Yeah.
I know he's not an independent artist, but you know who I think would also make an incredible Rex Manning just because of his online persona would be Ronnie Radke.
Oh my god!
Incredible as Rex Manning, just because of like how he portrays himself. I'd be like, this would be fun to watch.
That would be sick. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that would be awesome. My final question of the evening. Where else would you want to play? Like what is a place specifically that you know for a fact you want to be able to play without question? And it could be here in the US, it could be overseas. Where?
Man.
I
Yeah,
have two, but I'll let the other guys go.
Oh man, I just so around the strip, Sunset Strip, maybe like I know like Whiskey a Go Go or something like that, or like where the I'm a big hair metal guy, so I would do something where they kind of started. So either Whiskey a Go Go or the Roxy, something like that. I don't know.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, just it's more smaller venues though, but I definitely.
Zach?
Yeah, I think for myself, it'd be like any House of Blues location. Just they have so much history behind them. It'd be like a bucket list thing.
No, absolutely. What about you, Robbie?
So I have two that I would absolutely love to play. In the U.S., I really would love to play Red Rocks. I just think it's an incredible outdoor venue, and I would love to be able to play that. That'd be an experience in itself. And then it's not a specific venue, but I would love to play Japan. That is that's my goal in life, is to get there, even if it's to play at one show and that's it. Like, that's all I want to do is just play Japan, because they're very much into the punk culture. A lot of animes actually have like pop punk bands do their intros and stuff like that. So I just feel like it'd be an insane time, and that's like a goal and a dream of mine. So
That would actually be really cool. And Japan, I actually hear that Japan has a huge rockabilly community.
yep,
And like I don't know if you've heard of this guy, Johnny Pandora.
yeah,
Oh my god, blows my mind out of the water. Like I would love to see this guy live. Um, but yeah, like I think honestly, I have a feeling that you guys would probably also do very well in the UK. There's a band. There's a band that I know. They actually used to be called Partisan, but now they're called Spitfire Cupid. And they actually had back in 2016. They actually had their first time playing here in the U.S. They played New York, and then I don't know how they managed to do it. They actually got booked at Whiskey A Go Go, and this was their
Nice.
first. This was their first time playing in the U.S. So I'm just like, I beyond proud of them and everything. And they're over there in the UK. The pandemic really did hit them pretty bad. A lot of places apparently had closed down. So now they're just, everything's starting to get right back up again. But they're definitely a band that I think would go very well with you guys. But yeah, the UK scene, I hear it's really like they love their pop punk and rock. Absolutely. I think you guys would definitely fit in there. Oh my. So when is your next show? So that way we can let everybody know on here where you guys are gonna be playing within the next like week or so.
Yeah, I mean, as far as in a week or so, we've got one in 2 days on Wednesday the 11th. That's at Beat Kitchen. We're opening for In Her Own Words, Telltale, and then Sierra Annie. So that'll be our final show of the year, and we aren't planning on playing anything public until that March Texas tour.
Okay. Very cool.
We're
Very
finishing up the
Yeah,
record.
so we're just gonna finish up the record and get things in place from that perspective.
well. I look forward to hearing all of that. I look forward to hearing all of
Thank you
it.
so much.
Definitely.
Thank you for having us.
Of
seriously.
course.
And thank you for following us.
Of
Yes.
course. Are you kidding? You guys have gained a fan for life.
Awesome.
Oh,
To-
thank you so much.
To the point where I
Look out
think
for us.
yeah, no, definitely.
I was gonna say, look out for us. Maybe in New York sometime over the summer.
Oh,
Just
summer
saying.
even better. Even
Just saying.
better. Even better. There's also Forest Hill Stadium. That's also a really good venue because that has rock history in it of itself. That's actually the stadium where the Beatles actually came in on a helicopter and
wow.
and played there. Greta Van Fleet actually played there. That was my first time seeing them. Robert Plant and oh my goodness, he played there. I got to see him live there. That was my first time ever seeing Robert Plant live. I was absolutely floored.
Wow.
But yeah, no, that place, it's definitely one of those you got to look at. But yes, thank you so much once again for you guys being on here, and I look forward to the next song that you guys release. And I definitely want to have you guys back on at some point.
We would love to.
Love to. Absolutely.
Maybe
Thank you so
even
much for having us.
of course, and maybe even do a live acoustic set. Maybe
Yo.
if you guys are all if you guys are all in the same place.
Yeah.
We can make it happen.
That could work. Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, my dearies, I will catch you guys later. Everybody, this is
Alrighty.
Lady B from NYC here at the B-Hyve with When the Sun Sets. Have a good evening.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
I